What's going on, guys? I'm back. I'm back to talk about AEW Blood and Guts 2024. I know I got Jack Perry up here all chained to the steel cage, I know. But I want to talk about Mercedes Moné first and how disappointed I am with what they did and kind of been doing with her recently in this feud. It's like kind of upsetting because it's like you're not making Mercedes really be at least on even ground with Brit Baker. You know, it makes no sense. You know, Mercedes is walking around with two titles right now, but she's running away from Britt Baker. Like she wasn't even really running away from Willow like that, right? But now, I mean, and then what they did during Blood and Guts just really just irritated me because I feel like y'all ain't really doing as much as what y'all could really do, even if she has the titles. So what happened was Britt Baker had a match against this one girl. I forget which girl it was. We already know she was gonna win because this is a bill match before their feud. Britt Baker wins the match, does the glove thing like Mercedes was doing, and then that's when Mercedes comes out. And you think they finna maybe square up or maybe, get in each other's face or it's gonna turn into something. No, some other random girl that I never seen before, I forget her name, just comes out and just basically destroys Britt Baker with like one move and it was over like real quick. And this girl, I don't know who this girl is. And it's just annoying because you had her running from her constantly. She's constantly running from Britt, but it's like they can't battle it out. They can't have nothing. Like you're making Mercedes look so weak to someone who's been gone for like over a year. Like I was liking this feud at first because I like Britt Baker. I felt like she did add something. I felt like Mercedes add something. So I thought maybe this could be a cool feud. Right now, it's looking like it's all about now Britt now and all about whoever this new girl is. This kind of reminds me of the Willow thing a little bit. Remember when they was building Willow up, but then had Chris Stanlander right next to her just so she could turn on her? Now, what if the same thing happened here? You bring this new girl in, she putting in all the heavy work, and then next thing you know, she ends up turning on Mercedes. Now you got to fight her. I didn't really like that at all. And then Mercedes comes in the ring after, she done the dirty work. And then she just sit there and be like, aha, you got beat up and all of that. Like, yeah, you already had her running from her. What are y'all really doing to build Mercedes right? Like, come on now. Y'all can make this look a little bit more normal. Like, it would have been way better if they would have literally just start battling it out. And then what bothers me is that you didn't have, she didn't do that with Mariah May. TK didn't do that with Mariah May. He didn't do that with Tony Storm. Like wouldn't you think Mariah May would want to run away from Tony Storm because of what she did to her? Mariah May backstabbed you and then did her real bad. If anything, you would think Mariah would run because she don't want the retaliation of what Tony went through. Why is Mercedes running away and they ain't even really fought like that yet? Like it just don't make no sense, And in the same episode, you have Tony Storm pop up on Mariah May, and then Mariah May was the same thing, right? Mariah May had an easy match. You knew she was gonna win. She won. Tony Storm pops out, and they kind of ballot it out a little bit. It's like, okay, you want to make them look like they're on an even playing field, even though Tony Storm kind of should outmatch her. But, but Mercedes and DMD, nah, we gonna act like Mercedes is the weak one in this situation and the one that actually needs help. So I'm like, man, that kind of blew me on Blood and Guts. And Blood and Guts, I mean, it was an okay show. I don't think it was like really, really great. I mean, the ending though was good. I did like the ending, and I guess I'll talk about that. Because it was basically, what was it, like a 5-on-5 or a 6-on-6? It was pretty much like War Games, right? Pretty much like War Games. But to me, this was kind of better than War Games because this had a lot more just damaging spots a lot. It was way more hardcore. And it was like a I quit match at the same time. Like it wasn't no pinning them and oh you get pinned and you out. None of that. You literally had to quit during this war. This was literally like a war. And then it had 2 rings, was letting people in, like every 2 minutes or something like that, letting people in, and then people kept getting the advantage and the disadvantage, and then just like war games. But this was cool because this was on regular TV, and I know some people were like, oh, this is on regular TV, this should be pay-per-view, but in my honest opinion, that's a good thing. It's always great when a company gives you pay-per-view types or quality of matches, but it's on regular cable or regular TV. So that's cool, and actually made the show kind of worth watching really for the end. I know it was other little things that happened in the show, but the main 2 things I wanted to really talk about was Mercedes and what they did with her and the ending fight. Who was going to win, the Elite or Team AEW, and it was a pretty good Hangman chained up swerve to the cage. He came out of nowhere, snuck him. He couldn't get his intro. He just started beating the hell out of them while he was hooked up. And then Elite basically had to make him stop or they were going to fire him, letting Swerve get jacked up. It was a lot of other crazy stunts, like in spots, man. You had freaking Anthony Bowens fall backwards through the tables from the edge of the cage because he got kicked down. That was a wild spot. The coffin drop from the top of the cage through the table. That was so creative and unique, and honestly one of the best spots in the fight. Darby Allin crawled up the cage on the inside, not the outside. He crawled up the cage, and he was able to get to the middle by crawling upside down. And then dude was already set up on the table, and then he just jumped from the top and just coffin dropped him through the table. Now that was kind of sick. Like that was sick. You got Jay Brisco, right? Is that his name? Jay Brisco. He was in there going crazy. He was in there getting beat down, bloodied, still fighting, amped damn near through the whole fight. Like shit, low key, Jay Brisco was the one who put the most work in the fight. Dude was just going, no matter what, no matter what. Oh man, I liked a lot of the people that were in this fight too, especially Team AEW. It's like majority of people on Team AEW I like now. I like the Acclaim. I like Swerve. I'm starting to like Jay Briscoe. I like Darby Allin. It was pretty entertaining ending to it, so and dramatic. It kind of had me watching the whole time. It made you not really want to turn your head because you like, oh man, who finna get messed up next? Who finna get it next? And who gonna win? How's it gonna end? Because somebody had to quit, and that's how it ended. It ended the way what you see right now. You had Jack Perry, they handcuffed him to the cage, and then that's when Darby Allin was like, oh, I got something for you. Oh, I got something. We finna do this. I got something. Then he ran outside the ring and ran up under this one spot on the outside of the ring, and I'm like, what in the world is he doing? Next thing you know, he pulls out gasoline. Now, this is crazy because it's in a wrestling match. He pulls out gasoline, pours the gasoline all on Jack Perry. As you can see, that's why he wet like this, because he just poured it all on him. Then he got a freaking lighter, a big-ass lighter, and was like, man, I'm finna set your ass on fire. You like, oh, shit. It's damn near to the point where you think you finna see some crazy fire stunt or something like that. Like, is they really finna do this? But as soon as he was finna set him on fire, that's when one of the Elite dudes came in and was like, oh no, this is taking it too far. We'll give you a shot at whatever. This stop. We quit. You're doing too much. And that's how they lost. And that shit had me down. That shit had me down laughing because that's how they really lost. Like the dude was like, no, y'all taking it way too far. This match was bloody. This match was hardcore, man. This was a hardcore match. And it was like 5-on-5, man. This wasn't bad. This was kind of what made the show worth watching to me. Again, I didn't talk about every single thing. Didn't they start the show with MJF or something like that? What did he do? I'm trying to remember what the hell he did. I don't know. He changed the flag, right? He changed the belt to the United States title or something like that. Like, But anyways, those are the things I wanted to point out. We got Collision coming on today. I know I'm all late talking about blood and guts, but better late than never. And I'll check out Collision, or at least see what's going on, and maybe I might have some talking points from that. I don't know. We'll see. But it's still plenty of topics and more things to talk about. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Tell me your thoughts and your opinions down below. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you already have not. And if you're feeling generous, hit the Cash App. It really helps out. But yeah, guys, take care and we'll see you later. Peace out.